Perfect. We're recording. Hello, Dream Team. Happy Thursday. This is our last Zoom before the new year. And make sure, hey Danny, make sure to tell me if I'm cutting out or something. The internet sucks in my house. I'm coming to have it looked at because I'm so over it. But hopefully we won't have any.
Yeah, you sound good right now.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, it's been acting up ridiculously, and I'm like, really? Come on. First of all, you guys, we are literally 2 days from the new year, less than that. And I thought tonight's Zoom, there is no better Zoom to focus on the basics, but also focus on what we need to be doing in January, because January really is the month that we are laying the groundwork for our busiest months of the year, which is February, March, April, May. So we've got to be doing all the right things. We need to get busy, get to work, and make sure that we are really focusing on getting out samples, making sure that we're letting people know that they can get many experiences. And on top of that, making sure that we are adding new people daily and we're posting consistently. All those little things that are going to make the biggest difference. And also getting your lists ready. And what I mean by that, if you have been with us, then you should have people that you have connected with in the past about Thrive, whether that is they've messaged you saying, what is that? Whether it was you messaging them, or, maybe it was them commenting on a post, any Thrive post you've ever done. You should have lists of all those people, guys, and you should know what they're doing. Kind of where they're at. Touching base in the beginning of the year is really the best excuse ever. Happy New Year. Just wanted to touch base. We've got some amazing things coming out with Thrive, and I would love to get you out a sample. There are probably many of you that have free accounts created with a lot of people that have never tried the product. Those are the first people that you guys should be going to. And tonight I brought on Brittany Strike because if you guys don't know, Brittany is the top person in our PPA right now. Brittany just won $5,000 through the company, through the leaderboard. Not only that, but Brittany has gotten out 70 mini experiences in just the last week or two. And I thought there is no better person to come on this Zoom tonight and talk about that aspect of getting out those minis and how she got to the top of the leaderboard. And I also just want to say something else. Brittany's not new. Okay, you guys. So the excuse of, I've been in or I've run out of contacts, Brittany is a perfect example of what you have to do to make it, to do it, to make it happen. And what's crazy is Brittany sets her mind to something, says she's going to do it, and always does. And that's why I always talk about mindset and how powerful that is, because it truly is. This business is 99% mindset and 1% action, because once you believe and know, the rest after that, there is just no room for error. You don't put excuses on the table because you've already made the decision that you're going to make it happen no matter what. And that's what Brittany does. So I'm super excited. Brittany, are you on?
Yeah.
There you are. Okay.
Hi.
See, you've got to tell all of us what the hell you're doing, because we want to know.
You guys, it's so simple. My gosh, my inbox has been absolutely flooded since people have seen my PPA on the leaderboard. And it's basics, you guys. I don't know what is with our human nature in our business that we always try to make everything so complex. But it's so freaking simple. We have the simplest product, we have the simplest system, and we have the simplest business structure in MLM history. It's so simple. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's simple. So all I've been doing is I have been consistently talking about the product every single day. Now, I say that very strongly, talking about the product. I cannot stress that enough. You will get 100% bigger results when you use your voice over a pretty made picture that you're going to do in your stories. 100%. People need to hear your confidence and your belief in this product and in this business way more than what you're doing. I'm just going to say that out loud. It is that on top of it, I made the decision that I'm going to have it right. Raise your hand if you only build your business on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, and TikTok, right? Like that's the tool. That's what you decided that you're going to grow your business on, right? So are you growing your social media every single day? That's what it comes down to. Now, I have people ask me every single day, what is Thrive? Every single day. What is that sticker? Why do you put tape on your arm? Why do you have that tape on your chest? Every single day without fail, because I am constantly getting new faces on my social media. If you're not doing that, then how are you going to grow your business? And I'm asking like you individually, because this business is 1,000,000% what you do. The moment you sit there and say, oh, well, my team isn't doing this. So my promoters are quiet right now. Who's guilty of saying, like thinking that, oh, I can't motivate them. I can't get them to work. I can't get anyone to do anything. The moment we do that, you're giving your business and your future in somebody else's hands. We need to take that on. Like for the leaderboard, I $5,000 cash bonus. That's 100% on me. It didn't matter what my team was doing. It didn't matter who enrolled who. That was 100% up to me. So everybody needs to make the decision what you are going to do every single day for your business. And how much are you going to do every single day? And where are you going to do what you're going to do? And are you doing that in the right places? You know what I mean? Where are you allocating your time to? It really, all of that matters. So I don't know, Lisa, like how much of a rampage you really want me to go on tonight.
Well, I want to know, like, look, what I do want to put out there is this like little disclaimer that if you're new and you're just getting started, like you're not going to have the network Brittany has. So but here's on the flip side of that, I have several 80Ks and 200Ks in my inbox saying, my network's running. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a network. And it's like, okay, look, if you've been doing this business, you should constantly be having new people asking what is Thrive. If you're not, you're doing something wrong. You really are.
Yeah.
You're not working in the right places. But if you're new, I don't want you to think you have to be Brittany either. Like you're just getting started, you're learning, you're kind of probably still working in your warm market. But I want you to take note of what Brittany's saying, because if you don't start to do the stuff that you need to do for later, so you have new people coming into your network will run out. Like your friends and family, the ones that are going to sign up, buy it, join you, they're going to do that within the next year or two. And then you're going to be sitting there picking your nose like, oh gosh, what do I do now? If you prepare now and do those right actions, but don't expect results overnight, you're not going to get the results Brittany's getting. Brittany has literally laid the groundwork for the last couple of years on marketing herself. She does other things and pulls people into those other things, and they're interested in her and who she is, not Lavelle. And then because of the fact that she's gained that trust from people and they know her, they feel like they know her and they like her, and they've, gone and bought makeup that she's used, and they watch where she travels, and because of that stuff, they now go, what is Thrive? Like that is just, well, gosh, if Brittany's right about all this other stuff, she's got to be right about this Thrive stuff too. And they trust her. That took time. That didn't happen. I mean, Brittany, your story, the first year, you didn't really do a lot with Thrive.
2 years. 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I think we need to talk a little bit about what are you doing daily? And I also know that you do crazy numbers, like when you friend request people and stuff like that. I don't even do that. Like everybody has to find what works for them. But I
Yeah,
do
so
want them to kind of hear like where you're finding people and how you're making those connections so that they can kind of get on board too. Because the biggest problem I see is that there are people connecting with other people, but they're people that will never thrive.
yeah. I mean, they're gonna relate to you in some way, shape, or form, right? If they friend request you, if you follow you, like you attracted them for a reason, for whatever it is. Branding yourself is so crucial, whether you just joined today or whether you've been in for 5 years. What do you do? Why should somebody follow you? Like this is a big deal. This is something that with my new promoters, I like get them started on right away. Why should someone go to your Facebook and follow you? That was what I took 2 years doing, was really branding myself and understanding social media. I personally don't go add anybody anymore, just because I got my social media to the point where, I mean, I gain about 1,000 new followers a day, just organically because of reels. Now I started in Facebook groups was my shit for 4 years, literally. I was in well over probably 3 4 thousand Facebook groups, telling people to follow me. Hey, I post about makeup. Hey, I post about keto. Hey, I put floor in my living room, follow me. You know what I mean? And that was how I started to gain followers. So give whatever you do, whether and don't ever say you have nothing, you guys. Everybody has something. If you are a stay-at-home mom, well, you know what, there is 1,000 stay-at-home moms on TikTok that have gone viral just by posting the shit storm of a house that they have every single day, because you are a relatable human being, right? Like, the more authentic and organic you are and you show that on social media, the more people are going to want to follow you or relate to you or talk to you. So have your brand and go with it, grow with it, and constantly just keep growing as you go. I
I
cannot
wanted to
stress.
ask you about reels real quick too, because I think a lot of people like me, I thought, okay, to do reels, I need to be like young and I need to do dances and I need to do all these voiceovers. What are
No,
you doing in reels?
literally, I do like 4 to 6 second reels of just the before and after of my makeup, because that's my brand. But like I said, whatever you guys have, you have something, whether you have travel, whether you like hiking, whether you have kids, or you like cooking a certain way. People have gotten viral and gotten the most followers over the dumbest stuff. Like, there is literally something that you can have as your niche. Okay. If you want to go post about a cat in a pool, you will go viral. I swear to Jesus. Like, there's no play around with it. You know what I mean? You don't have to, but I'm telling you, you put quality into your work, you guys. I spend a full day making 8 to 10 to 12 videos of content. You got to put value into it. Don't be in a super dark room where the camera's right here on your forehead and you can see your eye and you have a filter over. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen videos like that. Have fun, show personality, give people a reason to follow you. Like, get excited. You know what I mean? Don't be so monotone and bland. Like, don't make me want to unfollow you, right? You just got to have whatever your niche is, and everybody has a niche. It doesn't matter like whether you wear glasses, that can be a niche on social media. Like, I'm serious, it can be anything. Just do something. Because you guys know what? In the world today, people are so fast paced that posts and lives don't even freaking matter anymore. I swear. Just because people want a quick 2 seconds, 3 seconds to catch their attention, to be drawn in, and then they're drawn in. If you don't catch their attention within 2 seconds, you're gone. They scroll past you, they don't care, they're not engaged. So is your 2-3 seconds going to be like grabbing them? Is it going to be exciting? Is it going to be fun? And that's really what I make sure my reels are. We've done so many trainings, you guys, there's one in the Dream Team page of how to break down TikTok, how to break down reels. But seriously, that's where it is. And I'm stressing this so much because you need to, if you're going to use social media as your tool to grow your business, you need to grow with that tool. And I'm saying that because Facebook Reels is a brand new thing. It just launched in like September. So the day Facebook Reels launched, I was sitting in the parking lot of our gym and my fiance said, Facebook just came out with the Reels. I instantly said, well, that sounds stupid. Literally, that was my response. I'm like, Instagram has the Reels. I'm like, that sounds dumb. What do you got to do? And it was super basic, super standard. And you could only do 30 seconds. There was nothing to it. It was broad. So I'm like, screw it. I uploaded it. We were still in the, no lie, you guys, real story. We were still in the parking lot. I uploaded a old video that I had on TikTok. I uploaded on Facebook Reels before I got in the gym, and it instantly went viral. It instantly started trending. It now I think is over like 13 million views. And I've gained, and when I posted that, I had 20,000 followers on Facebook. Today I have 101,000 followers on Facebook because Facebook came out with a brand new thing in their platform and I did it right away. So if you're not keeping up with what social media is doing, how are you going to use that as your business tool? Right? So if you're not using Facebook Reels, if you're not using Instagram Reels, or if you're not using your stories in your Instagram, in your Facebook, if you're not utilizing everything that these platforms are offering you, you're just doing yourself and your business a disservice because you're not using all of your potential. So you just got to do it. You don't have to have a huge production. Put quality into it, and excitement into it and yourself into it. And you will absolutely gain a lot of followers. You will do whatever it is that, whatever you want to do. And that 100% has transformed. That's why every single day, because my reels is working my business for me right now as we speak. My reels is being pushed out into the algorithm right now as we speak. People are viewing my reels. It's constantly being viewed. And that is turning into followers for me. And they're going to look at my stories. They're asking me what Thrive is. And that's how my PPA is at 70 right now. Because I'm utilizing all of the things on the social media platforms. So how much are you guys utilizing what we have? Are you doing the bare minimum? Because if you're doing the bare minimum, you're going to get a bare minimum paycheck.
I just have to say this. There are so many people that they quit, they quit within a year, 2 years, 3 years, and they tell me they're doing everything. And I'll go to their Facebook page and they don't have any reels. They don't have their stories.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, you are not doing everything. And if you really want to see 10 grand paychecks, you know what I mean? $5,000 paychecks, you've got to be willing to go to that place. You don't even have to leave your house to do it. But I will say, if you're getting started, we all started at zero. When I came to network marketing, I had a little over 100 Facebook friends.
Yeah.
I mean, we all started at zero. So that's what I want you guys to all remember is you might be thinking, oh my God, Brittany has all these people. Okay, well, she didn't start that way.
Yes.
Okay, she started at zero just like everyone else. But she wanted this.
I did not join Lavelle with followers. I didn't even max out on my Facebook. When I joined Lavelle, I didn't even have followers. That wasn't even, I don't even think that was like shown on Facebook yet. Like Facebook didn't even have stories when I joined Thrive. So it's just a matter of you utilizing all of these tools and doing it. I saw in a comment, somebody asked if I'm getting paid for all my samples. So I think I'm up to, almost like almost a 90 mini experience, 3-day mini experiences in 4 days. I think I've sold. And let me say, sold. I will never, ever give away a mini experience for free. Now, that is just me. I'm not saying that's what you need to do, but I, for one, am putting value on my product starting at day one. You need to value the product. They need to value the product. They need to be invested in the product. How many times have you guys given away a free sample and they didn't take it? Left it on the fridge. They didn't message you forever. Didn't care about it. They need to invest in the product and they need to value it, and you need to put value on it too. You guys, the way you do mini experiences to me is 100% talking about it. And I have one up in my stories right now. And this is kind of another thing where I want to go to with you guys, like people being so busy and not knowing what to do. In my stories right now, I have a video up of mini experiences of I'm just sitting in my beauty room and I'm just saying, you guys, this just makes you feel good. I have like 6 clips of explaining the 3-step system. Put your name right here if you want one. That's how I sell my mini experiences, literally. You don't need to go into these crazy long scientific terms of, what the patch does and all this. You know what? I literally say, hey, you know what? I do this in the morning because it makes me feel good, and that's it. I don't crave pop all day long. I can sleep better. It does this. You got to be relatable and be a human. But talking about it is key. Have excitement and have confidence in it. That video that's in my stories right now, talking about mini experiences, that's from September. I just saved it and I upload that probably 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. And yes, every single person I charge for, every single person. So this is something that I just started doing 2 weeks ago, and I personally like it. I want to let you guys know, because you know how the cloud will send out mini experiences for you. So no one should ever have the excuse of, I don't have any products and I don't have any money to get out minis. Wrong. You charge them for the minis and you can send it out through the product by Thrive Samples. Okay. So I will tell people that I have a 3-day mini experience. It will consist of the capsules and the shakes and DFT. You can either get a standard 3-day mini experience through the system that will come with the vanilla and the standard patch and capsule for $20. They pay me, I go into my cloud and I send it out instantly. Or I've been using the word, or you can get an upgraded elite mini experience, which you can choose the flavor of shake that you want and the DFT, the DFT that you want of your choice. So, and I charge $25 for that. So just because if you have a lot of product at home, you guys, and you want to get that out the door more, a lot of people have been choosing that because they're like, ooh, I want to try a different flavor besides vanilla because the system only does vanilla. So what I do with my elite ones is I will send 2 shakes, any of flavor that they want, 3 capsules. I will do 2 women's and 1 men's for women's because most women take men's, and I say, it just gives you a little bit of kick and let's see which one you like more. And then I do 2 standard DFTs and then the 3rd DFT, any one of their choice. So if they want to try, I usually always do black label. I tell them to do black label because it won't be too much for them and it'll really just kick their mini experience a little bit more. But people really go for that. You're giving them that option. You can do a standard one, but either way, I'm not out money. Either way, I'm making money because that's what you do in this business. And either way, they're invested. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that easy to sell 90 mini experiences. How many people do you think that I've talked to and sent that message out to get 90 yeses?
I just wanted to say there are people in the comments saying, oh, but I've sold some before and they didn't buy. I was just going to ask you, how many did you have to actually get out and how many bought? Like,
yeah.
Are you getting out 70? Because if you get out 70, I bet you 20 will buy. Like,
oh, not even.
Not
like
even.
You guys, I strongly go by an 8 to 10% rule in this company, just because I literally talk to that many people a day. And I just saw another comment that I'll get to too. So if you send out 70 mini experiences, I strongly expect about 6 or 7 of them to turn around as paying customers. That's just the market. And that's kind of like sales. Like and that's good. A 10% conversion rate is huge. That's actually really good for sales. And I'm saying that right away. That doesn't mean that they're not going to come by in a month or 2 or 10 months when they're ready and they want that energy back. I'm saying right away, I'll probably get 6 to 7 customers. And the way that I keep track of all these customers is actually really good. I have my own personal customers chat, where I literally says Brittany's Thrive customers. I have cute little emojis. And every time anyone buys a mini experience from me or actually orders as a customer any product at all, I just straight up tell them. I say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I do have a customers chat where I give all my personal customers exclusive deals and coupons, as well as info on new products released. Do you want me to add you to that? Every single person has always said yes, absolutely. And that's also so freaking amazing to do because the customers hype each other up. Like they make each other buy stuff. Like I had 2 girls in my chat today posting what DFT they were wearing, and they each went and bought each other's. I'm like, yeah, you go upsell. I love that. So it really like just brings them more of a community. And you guys know it's only a matter of time until every single one of those customers are going to become the best promoters, because that's the way it works. They all are going to fall in love with this product. They're going to love that little community that they're building, and they're going to go over and to become a promoter. So that's the way that you can keep track of your customers is, hey, I have this chat. Do you want to be added to it? I've never had anybody say no, ever.
What are you doing?
Yeah, my customer chat is through Facebook Messenger. So I just saw that comment.
I just have to say that obviously this is, selling Thrive on crack. I'm just being honest. Like, you guys have to understand that not everybody's Brittany. Okay. You don't have to be Brittany to do this. I'm not Brittany. I have like my PPA, a good month for me with a PPA, like an awesome month is like 7 or 10. So don't think that like everybody does this the same way. But why I wanted you to hear this is for a couple of reasons. Number one is this has been years in the making. Number two, anybody that has the excuse that they're 80s and 200Ks in their network, look, Brittany's still doing it. You're still making it happen. And, do you do this full time? Absolutely. You have time to sit around for a full day and make reels. We understand that a lot of you guys work and have 3 kids. Look, nobody started that way, but you have to start somewhere. And before you give up and throw in the towel and think this doesn't work for you, I want you to honestly look in the mirror and ask yourselves, have you even tried a reel? Have you tried stories? Have you started Instagram? Have you even looked into TikTok? I mean, look, none of us on this Zoom right now has done it. Brittany hasn't even done everything she can do. She's got one avenue that's working for her. And I guess what? If that stops working, she's going to go find something else that does because she's hungry and motivated.
Well, case point and proven. How many years did I stress Facebook groups? That's the only thing I would ever talk on. But you got to grow as your social media grows. Facebook came out with Reels, so that is the new thing. And one thing I do want to touch on, I did see a comment that I just want to answer real fast as we're on the mini experiences. Somebody said, how much do I charge for a week experience? I don't. Now, again, some things work for people and you guys run your business however, but I will literally only do 3-day mini experiences. You can only do it. You can do a 3-day mini experience for $20 or $25 with me if you want a standard or elite one, or you can get a 2-week package for $100. Other than that, everything is just no. You either 3 days or 2 weeks or a month. That to me is more than enough options for you to decide. And I just straight up tell them, look, the 3-day mini experiences show you the simplicity of our product. Yes, 90% of my customers gain energy in 20 minutes, but it's going to show you how easy this is to do. And that's what I leave it at. You know what I mean? So I don't waste time with a week. I don't waste time with 10 days. Granted, it works for a lot of people. No shame in that game. Um, but as Lisa was saying, like, not everyone works like Brittany. Absolutely. Like, I am psychotic. It's not fun. People say all the time, can I come like work by you one day? You don't want to. There's nothing fun about it. It's nuts. But that's what I chose. Like yes, I've made it to X in my life right now, but I have so much more that I want. And so I know what it takes to do what you have to do in this business to get where you want to get. So you guys can't even fathom how many people a day I talk to about becoming a promoter. And almost probably 10 to 20 times a day I get asked, well, how much money can I really make? Every single time I say it's 100% up to you. You can either make $15 a week or you can make $5,000 a week. And that is completely up to you. And that is up to all of you guys too. It just depends on how much above and beyond you're going to do every single day. And when you feel like you're at that above and beyond, are you going to go to that next step and go above and beyond more? Are you gonna, like, I hurt my eyes looking at my phone so much. I was so stressed out during the holidays because of this leaderboard. I talked to, in 3 weeks, I probably talked to well over 3,000 people. I mean, Cynthia is on. She knows, like, me and her were chatting all of the freaking time because I'm like, girl, you need this. You love this. You got to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's the work that you're going to do to reap those benefits. And I said it on Christmas Day. Yep, we freaking we voice called each other a stranger on Christmas Day. We were both at each other's Christmas parties. My family was opening up presents and I stepped aside. I'm like, okay, you got to get your daughter this package. We got to get going on this. But that is what it takes. I'm not saying you need to like step away from life events, but you got to do what you feel that you need to do to get where you want to get to. And a lot of times you got to go above and beyond to get to that next step. And it takes a lot and there's a lot of sacrifices. It's not easy, but it is a simple system. It's not easy, but if you put the work into it, it will freaking happen.
I mean,
Ooh.
what if over the next 5 months, somebody on this Zoom says, you know what? I'm not making any excuses. I'm going to sit my family down. I am going to sacrifice a lot. I'm going to miss
Yeah.
all of your sports games. I'm going to
Yep.
be on the phone every second I'm not at work. But what if you
Yeah.
only had to do that for 5 months and it already changed the trajectory of your financial situation and you could come home full time? I've watched
Yeah.
people do that. Like,
Me.
yeah, you. I mean, we could put 100 people on right now that have done
Yeah.
that just on our team. And here's the thing is, it's like you have to decide right now, today, what is it worth to you? What are you willing to invest? People always use the word sacrifice. I say investments. What am I willing to invest? And guess what? I look at the time that I put in. I was working 70 hours a week waiting tables, and every spare second I had, I was doing my business because I didn't want to work 70 hours a week anymore. It meant that much to me. And within 6 months, I was able to quit my full time job and do network marketing full time. Is everybody like that? No. Some people on this Zoom, you're just not willing to invest that much, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
what I love about Lavelle. You want to just thrive for free? Awesome. Let's make that happen over the next 5 months, okay? But you're still, no matter whether you want to thrive for free or go to 200K, you still have to network. You're still going to have to talk to people. You're still going to have to share and make it part of your life so that it's not a job. uh, uh, you kind of want to do it. Like, I don't know, I get up every day and I like doing it. I like sharing the products that are helping a lot of people and a comp plan that's changing people's financial situation. It's not like really work. It's more like, who can I help today? So I think
Yeah.
it's also changing your mindset, flipping it around. And you talked about finding your niche. And I know for a lot of people that's hard. I just want to mention something really quick. Um, okay, so Kimberly Wild is on. And if you go watch her Facebook, she posts in her stories, I don't know, 15 times a day. She literally is in reels. She's trying to like, she's everywhere, right? And if you go watch her stuff, she's just talking. She exercises in front of it. She is literally exercising in front of it, not saying anything. She is making something to eat. She's talking about her kids. She's walking outside, talking about that. She's talking about Thrive every single day, going through the steps, and her business is growing. Like, if you think you don't have a niche, go watch somebody's stories like that. Look at their Facebook page, and you'll see you don't have to be somebody special with, something like Brittany, where she has makeup, right? A lot of people think, well, Brittany, because she's got makeup and she's got all these followers. Okay, well, Kimberly is gaining all these followers doing nothing. Not
Mhm.
no offense, Kimberly,
No,
but
for real.
doing nothing.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, is that people want to try and like overcomplicate things. I mean, like I said, you can gain a following by literally anything. You could sit on your couch, record yourself, and do a thought of the day, and people would watch that to see what you're going to think about the next day. Like, there is, I mean, it's just where it's at these days. People, the short videos, every platform has it. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok. That's just what the world has become, with like living so fast. They want something short and sweet to draw their attention, right? There's so many things that you guys can do, and we've done so many videos on branding yourself and ideas and niches, and it's just a matter of, sticking to it, putting like energy into your work and doing the work, honestly.
Yeah, it's about doing the work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is I think a lot of people get involved and they think that it's just gonna, money is gonna show up in my account next Tuesday. You guys, every person on this team that is 4K, 12K, 80K, they all worked for it. Like, I don't know many people that just signed up, made a post, and now they're rich. Like, I
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 13 years, and I've seen one person in 13 years come in, make a post, and sign the two right people that took them all the way to the top. Like, literally.
Yeah.
But I've seen that once. Like, everyone else worked their butt off, and they continue to. Like, you don't just stay. Like, this is the other thing I want to say too. Brittany is probably one of my highest paid 200Ks, and it's not because she has a crazy team underneath of her. Like, oh, it's billions of dollars. It's because she personally takes her business into her own hands. We have I have promoters under me that make bigger paychecks than 12Ks, because
Hmm.
they are signing machines as far as it goes with customers. Like, your paycheck is not dictated by what someone underneath you is doing. It's
Or
what
your
you,
rank.
yeah.
Yeah. Or your rank. I mean, it really does. That's something that I mean, and especially, people who, like, when you have a red leg, like, I know this is not much for newer promoters, but like you only got to do like 40%, like you got 60% taken care of. That's the other thing. It's just, there's so many different avenues that people can go to like grow and get it together. It's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah, I agree 1000%. Um, okay. So, first of all, I know I have a bunch of other leaders on. Is there anybody else that wants to comment on um eh, getting out minis? And I mean, I think personally the month of January is the month that we've got to get product in as many people's hands as possible, so that when they release bonuses, so that when they come out with, new products, we already have so many people to go to. So I mean, I feel like the main goal of every person on here, whether you're brand new or whether you're 200K, is getting Thrive in people's hands, getting it in people's hands. And if people don't want to pay for it, they don't see value yet. On to the next. Like,
If
it may take
if
you 30 people to talk to before one says, yeah, I want a sample.
Yep. And if people say that they can't afford it, or I thought it was free or whatever, great. You just let me know when you're ready. That's how I end that conversation. You just let me know when you're ready. And you guys seriously talk about it. I don't rely on a super cute pre-made picture in your stories. Just go sit at your table and be like, you know what, people, just this is me tomorrow. Hey, you guys, people ask me every day what that sticker is, what I'm doing, and this is what it is. You know what? I take these energy capsules in the morning because honestly, I feel energy within 20 minutes. So that's what I take these. I take this shake. I love this flavor because of this. And to me, this shake I feel like it makes me help curb my appetite all day long. I don't eat as much. And then I have this sticker. I don't know where I have mine today. My burned somewhere. And then I have this sticker. Well, you know what? That's giving me vitamins through my skin all day long. And I feel great. And that is why I take it. You don't need to use your voice. I want to say this really quick before we pass it on. I've been stressing. If you're on my downline, you know how much I have been throwing it down your damn throats, how much to use your voice. I actually made that mandatory in my 10 hard because it makes such a difference. 2 days ago, so I'm doing detox again. And every morning I'll go into my stories and I'll be like, and I explain every single morning what detox is because I have new faces every day. I break it down every day. I make it simple. I say how I'm feeling and that's it. So 2 days ago, I did that routine. At the end of every slide, I have a little question for people to leave their name if they're interested. Yesterday, I did just a picture. I did my little detox post, and then I did like 3 slides after of what detox is and before and after results. And I said, leave your name if you're interested. And then today I went back to talking about it. Well, no shit, you guys. 2 days ago when I talked about it, I had, I think, 68 people asking about detox, like answering the question. Today, I had a little over 40. Yesterday, when I only did the picture and I didn't talk about it, I had 4 people, literally 4. I went from 60s to 4 to back to 40s. That's how big of a difference it was by just doing a picture or by those people that are following me, hearing my voice talking about the product. It's that important. So if you really want to get minis out, especially the first of the month, get in your stories. Go in your stories. There's that little hands-free button and it'll record a minute long. If you go past a minute, put that in your stories and go back and record again and it will be synced up. There's enough tutorials on that. But talk, you guys, and don't complicate it. Just say how it makes you feel and don't end there. At night, talk about your balance and rest and recharge or whatever routine you do and change it up every day. Talk. That is the key to getting the product out in people's hands is talking.
That goes for everything. Like
Yes.
when you are talking to someone in Messenger, don't type. Nobody is going to read some big long thing about your story in Messenger. They need to hear your voice, your excitement, what it is. Like I'm telling you right now, people listen to a whole voice message. They will not read a whole big long post. They'll skim through it. Like, and it changes everything. Like that changed my business when they came out with that voice recorder. Like
Yeah.
literally changed everything. It was
It's
crazy how many people I could close.
Yep. Your confidence and your belief, first of all, you need to believe in the product. You need to believe in the business. It starts with you. And you need to portray that to people when you are talking to them. If you're going to like record yourself and be like, yeah, so I have this energy capsule, and then you take a shake and you put on a patch and you just feel good. Or you can say, yeah, girl, I take this and I take that and bam, whatever it is, however it is, put your life into it. You got to make them believe your belief and your confidence in the product and the business. If you're not going to show excitement, they're not going to freaking care. This girl doesn't know what she's talking about. Use your voice recorder. Absolutely.
Yep. Voice as many things as you can. It sucks so bad because I always talk about how when I first started, we had to do everything over the phone. Like this was 13 years ago. I still got on the phone with people and
Yeah.
I closed everybody. I closed everybody on the phone.
Yeah.
And they all would sign. And now that social media has made it so easy to not actually have to talk to somebody, we do less. We don't connect with people as well. We don't, I still say the best way to do this business is still out and about because if you can meet somebody, they already feel like they know you. Even if it was for 5 minutes, they already feel that connection. But more and more, I get it's going to social media and we've got to start utilizing it to the best of our ability. Like utilizing it. It's crazy for me to think that, we have 200, 300 people that got on this Zoom today. And yet people are still going to get off here and not go talk in their stories. They're still not going to use the voice recorder and Messenger. Like, how many times do you have to hear it? And we say this is what's working before you actually do it. yes, it might be stepping out of your comfort zone. It might be uncomfortable, all those things. It was uncomfortable for all of us too, but we just did it and then did again and again, and it gets easier. And I promise you, that is the only way to be able to make money in this business, is to slowly, every day, little by little, step out of your comfort zone, however that is for you. Um, I do want to see, is there any other leaders that want to touch base on sampling? Because
I just wanted to share, Lisa, what I do.
yeah, sure.
So I think that the back office minis, I personally don't use them. I know everybody's different. Like if I'm on the go or if I'm traveling or I'm on a getaway or like whatever, I think it's a great resource. But I love customizing my minis. I don't know how Brittany does it. I'm assuming that selling 90 in like 4 days, I would absolutely be using my back office. But I love to customize mine. So, and what I do is I will throw a plus line product in my minis. And so obviously over time, as you're thriving for free and you're using those credits, or tomorrow, you guys, we have that BOGO, the tag team BOGO, do the BOGO, and stock up on some plus line things. Because when I sell a mini, you guys, I'll ask people like, what other goals do you have? Like, do you work out? Do you want more energy? Do you want to sleep better at night? And I will put a plus line product to cater to their goals in that mini experience, kind of as like a thank you, which they appreciate the freebies. And then I've had people come back to me who were like, the 3 steps, not my jam, but the rest that you put in there, I slept like a baby. And now I have customers who order the rest because of that, or customers who order the activate because of that. If you have an auto ship set up and you get those little auto ship rewards boxes, you're going to get single serve packets occasionally of Sculpt, of Balance, get some boost in there, and just give those little freebies to people when they get their samples, because I have a lot of plus line customers just because I've done that.
Yeah, and don't forget, we've got a whole plus line. I think a lot of people, I know I made this mistake when I got started. I would just talk about the mini experience, and if they didn't want that, I'd be like, oh, okay, on to the next. I wasn't trying to like, oh, well, maybe they just don't want to spend that much money. Like, don't forget, we have like 30 products at this point, and there's probably something like, what is somebody's budget? I highly doubt. I mean, most people I think are like me, where they're not going to message somebody asking a question unless they had an interest. Like, I'm not just going to see a post and then message somebody just for the hell of it. I'm actually interested in some way, shape, or form and want to know the answer to the question I'm asking. So if somebody's in my inbox and they say, oh, well, what is that? And I start explaining it, well, how much is it? And we're going to do another Zoom next week that is totally going to go over wording and how to say stuff and pricing and how to close the sale, because I think that is huge. Because once you get that mini in somebody's hands, where do we go from here? I do want to ask that. I don't know if somebody else wants to. Is there anybody else on that wanted to say anything besides that?
I'll say something.
Yay! Hey, twin.
Hi,
and thank you,
Happy
Katie.
holidays. Sorry, can you guys hear me? My internet's a bit choppy.
Girl,
So this is
not.
Okay, so if I am choppy, just let me know. I'm not going to talk about samples because you guys covered so many things. But one thing about samples is that you do and you should follow up with them every single day that they're on the samples, and making sure that they're doing it right, because you guys have 3 days to make an impression. So make sure that they are, doing the steps right? I just want to say a few things about 2022 since it's in a day. If you guys haven't been planting seeds yet, the network marketing boom that we are so used to, the ones that have been around for like the last 2 to 3 years. Well, I've been in here for 4 years now, and I know how this works. I know how it goes, right? Like Lisa says last night, it's not going to be right away that people are going to be like jumping on board. So if you guys haven't been planting seeds the last 3 months where things have been a bit, more quiet, you guys can still do it now, right? Going into 2022, I hope you guys all remain grateful for everything that happens, all the small wins, even if it's a $20 paycheck, you guys, that you guys get every single month, because that $20 paycheck, you guys, pays for my son's haircut. And who the heck likes to pay for another person's haircut, right? Absolutely not me. So it doesn't matter how much you make in this. If you're grateful, then you'll never be grateful and be complaining at the same time. And when people complain, that's where things go south, right? So be excited and show excitement. Ignorance on fire was how I started this business. And to this day, I am still ignorance on fire. I still do not know everything about the compensation plan. I still don't know everything about the products. When people ask me about it, I'm like, you know what? The best way you're going to know about it is to take it yourself, right? How you sound in this business, what you say, how you sound in this business is more important than what you say. And that is why we stress so much that you guys need to show up in your stories and show your face, because we live in a microwave society where people are just clicking through the stories. And if you are just reposting other people's posts, I am so sorry, but people are just zooming by that. Like, they could care less. Every single day when I wake up, throughout my day, I look through my story all the time, and people that have been hanging out with me for a whole day, they're always like, wow, you look at your story a lot, because I want to see how many stories I've done that I haven't shown my face, because I don't want people to forget about me. If I post 3 stories, 5 stories, I'm like, wow, all these stories are just reposts, or these stories are just products, I haven't shown my face yet. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing, I need to show my face. I need to make sure people wake up to my face. I need to make sure people go to sleep seeing my face. I need to make sure people throughout the day see my face and remember what I look like, how I sound like, all that stuff. And that's why we make sure we tell you guys so much to talk on your story. We're not even going to sugarcoat it. I mean, if you guys want to, climb up top to the top really, really fast, it's your personality and your stories. It's what you're willing to, show people on your stories, your life, your behind the scenes. It's not about perfection. Perfect doesn't sell here. Perfect makes people scared. Showing people your highlights all the time, that scares people, that intimidates people as well. Showing people your true authentic self, that's what relates to people, right? What I wrote down a lot of notes. And going into 2022, I hope you guys learn to share your story. And so many of you guys are like, well, I know how to share my story, this and that. You guys, so many people do not know how to share their story. Sharing your story can be quick. It can be powerful. It can be impactful. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be word vomiting, like every little thing about your life. That's when people kind of zone out, because it sounds like you're selling them. You know what I mean? Do you ever go into like a shop, and then these people are just like constantly talking to you about this product, about this and about that, and how good this is, and you can tell right away this person is trying to sell me on this stuff, right? Because I pick that up. Like, I'll go into my spa, my face spa, and then she's like, do this treatment, it's gonna this. And I'm like, you just recommended 3 treatment for me that did the exact same thing. Like, which one is it, right? So people can sense bullshit, right? But here's the thing. I know a lot of people aren't confident. So they think that that's what they need to do. So we need to learn how to share a story properly, really quickly, like 4 components, like what were you doing before Thrive, your job wise, and how you were feeling, number 1, right? Number 2, who introduced you to Thrive and what made you interested? What piqued your interest? Whether it's like, I saw that mom, she had 4 kids and I already have 2 and I already was struggling. Boom, that piqued my interest, okay? Why you decided to start thriving, and your results afterwards. You put this into your body, 3 days later, you were like, holy crap, like, I feel like, I can have 4 kids now, 10 kids now after putting this in my body, right? And then what you look forward to with this Thrive experience. I've only been thriving for 3 months, but I can already tell how much my life has changed. And I just know in the next year or so, it's just going to be so much better. Like, your story only needs to compose of that to make it really, really impactful. But it's a struggle, right? So yeah, I think going into, and also a opportunity story as well, because once you flip that customer to a promoter, you want to, share with them the opportunity, maybe sharing some stuff like, what you've been able to accomplish, or, how you were struggling financially and this $100 paycheck this week helped you, right? So having 2 different stories and learning about different people's personalities, color personalities, really helps you with composing a story that caters to those people that you're talking to. to. And lastly, listen to people, you guys. I was on a few welcome calls the last 2 days, and literally got on a welcome call, be like, what exactly do you know about Thrive? What exactly were you interested in? Tell me. And I just listened, and everything that they said, I kind of enhanced what Thrive can, oh yeah, you're struggling with this. Oh yeah, you want this. Well, let me tell you about it, right? So going into 2022, I hope you guys work on these things, because I listen to my promoters all the time. I either listen to them complaining, I listen to their struggles, I listen to why they're this and that, and so much it comes down to all those things I just talked about, right? So yeah, so mindset going into 2022, I hope you guys be grateful, be thankful for everything, and kind of work on those little things that I just talked about as well. Oh, pass it back to
Yeah, I
you.
think story is the most important thing, honestly. Like, that's what this is all about. That's why we have a whole fan page full of hundreds of thousands of stories, because they're there for us to take advantage of. And I don't think they're used enough. When I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see other Thrivers posts, I don't see them a lot, and it's like, why aren't people using these? I use stories to send them to people. I'll be like, oh my gosh, girl, I thought of you when I read this. If I know somebody's interested in what they're interested in, I'll scroll through the fan page and try to find something. Those were awesome tips, Twin. Thank you. I know we have other leaders on. I want to get you in if you have something to add to anything.
I'm just going to say, make sure you've always got mini experiences on your person or in your vehicle so you can get someone right there when you're out and about.
Yeah. Holly's famous
important.
for that. I've been with Holly on lifestyle getaways, on trips, places, just in general, going to lunch. And I've never seen somebody get rid of so many minis. Seriously, to this day, she gets rid of more minis in person than I've ever seen. So having them on hand is huge, because get people while they're actually asking, while they're excited, when they're in the moment. And when they're in that moment, they're like, okay, yeah, I'll take one. Like, most people don't like to say no to your face either. So it's a lot easier to get rid of one. So definitely make sure that you have those on hand. That good tip, Holly. Thank you. Anyone else want to add anything?
Hey, Lisa, it's Steph.
Hey, Steph.
One thing that's really been helping me through the month of December is utilizing my memories. You know how every day, memories pop up on Facebook. I needed 3 customers to seal out the deal for the VIP event in Punta Cana. And today I freaking sealed that biatch out just by going through my memories, looking at the Thrive posts that I've done, and following up with people. You're seeing people commenting, seeing people liking that post, legit following up that way versus going through Messenger, because then you can see what your post was. And if you got a lot of likes and comment on that post, repost that, because I chat all those people.
Yeah. I don't know if you're still talking, Steph, because you were kind of cutting out. I think you're done. But I will say that is huge. Like, there's many days where I'm going onto Facebook and I'm like, I don't know what to post today. First thing I do is go to my memories and I'm like, oh, that one had 100 views, or 100 people commented. I'm gonna reuse it. Like, absolutely 100%. Like, don't overcomplicate things. And again, I mean, the people in this company, I'll go through Stephanie's post from 3 weeks ago and find one that had 100 likes, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna make that my own. So there's so many ways. You're never out of ideas when it comes to social media, as long as you're diving in and using the tools around you and other people. There's never a lack for ideas. So that's good. Anybody else want to add anything?
Hey, Lisa, it's Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Hey, so I just wanted to share something that's really, really helped me a lot. In the beginning, I wasn't very organized as far as like follow-ups and having a calendar and writing down people's names and stuff, but it's really helped. And I think it's super important to make sure that you get organized. I can't tell you how many people I've had just slip through the cracks because I haven't written down their name, or I haven't written down a note or put them in my calendar, like what they were looking for. Maybe they weren't interested at that time, or maybe they just didn't have the money, or whatever it may be. But you got to have some kind of like calendar where you're going to follow up with people. And it doesn't always have to be business follow-ups and like product follow-ups. Like I follow up with people just in general that I'm having conversations with and building relationships with. Like if someone says, my daughter's got to have surgery in 2 weeks, I can't really afford it right now, I put it down in my calendar in like a week or two to follow up with her and see how her daughter's doing, to keep that connection and keep building that relationship with them. And I've noticed the more I follow up with people and just general on their life and what's going on with them personally, it's really built a really good relationship to where eventually they will come out and ask me about my product or my business, because I've gotten to that know, like, and trust factor to where now they're comfortable to ask me, where maybe in the beginning they weren't because they were nervous or for whatever reason. I mean, I watched Kaylee for 2 years and didn't say 2 freaking words to her. You know what I mean? But once you build like that like, know, and trust factor with them by following up with them consistently, I think it really helps, as well as like I've had it to where I get like a big boom for like 2 weeks. I've got people interested and they're like, oh, I can order Friday and this person can order Wednesday and this one wants to order on the 3rd. And I never wrote it down. So I never ended up following up with them because I couldn't remember. And I probably lost a lot of, really good customers or even promoters because of it. So I think it's really important going into the new year to have some kind of organization. I use Trello. I'm literally obsessed with it. It works really well for me. It's literally an app that is built and geared towards network marketers for follow-ups and, onboarding new customers, onboarding new promoters, and following up and even posts and stuff like that. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there.
No, I'm glad you did. And there was actually somebody, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes ago that posted in the chat that I don't know who it was, but they said that they keep following up with people and they feel like they're bugging them. I want you to take note. There is nobody on here that should be following up with people every day about Thrive. Nobody. If that's all you're talking to somebody about, then you're doing it so wrong. You've got to, and it's not to put anybody down. Trust me, we've all made these same mistakes and had to learn and grow from them. I remember the first time I heard an upline tell me, 8 to 12 interactions and it's like a commercial and you got to constantly be in their inbox. And I was so spammy. All I did, now I look back and go, no wonder I didn't sign anyone. I wouldn't have signed with that person either. They look so desperate. If you have time, I know I would be thinking, if somebody from another company was in my inbox every day, I'd be like, this person is desperate. They are not selling anything. So make it where, you follow up with people when maybe there's a special or, once a month. And then in between there, you are making a point to follow up with those people saying how are you doing? I just saw your Facebook post. Great comment. That touched me. How's your kid? Like, those things are so important because they're going to feel like they matter outside of this business. So I'm so glad you brought that up. And I think at the end of the day, what it's really about, you guys, is knowing that this is going to take time, knowing that you have to plant the seeds, knowing that the only thing you can do is offer and ask. And I think next week's Zoom is going to help so many of you, because we're going to go through that process of how to, somebody's in your inbox. How do you get them out of mini? What do you say to them? How do you close somebody? How do you offer other things besides the mini? Stuff like that. So definitely you guys are going to want to plug in next week if you guys want to continue the mini conversation. And I just want to add that, at the end of the day, it's about trial and error, and you're going to learn. I've made so many mistakes over the last 13 years. It's not even funny. Like, the way that I say and do things now looks completely different than 5 years ago, than 10 years ago. Like, I have learned and evolved and grown, and it's all been through practice. And, there's people that I thought I lost forever. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did all the wrong things with that person. There's no way they'd ever sign with me. And then 3-4 years later, they're signing. Like, you don't ever just count anyone out, and don't look at anybody and think they can't afford it, or don't prejudge. You don't know what's going on in someone's life and what they need. And really, Thrive is about offering people hope, right? Find a need and fill it. That was one of the very first tips somebody gave me in network marketing. Find a need and fill it. And seriously, that's always stuck in my head. And so each person I meet, each person I talk to, even just during that friendship level of getting to know someone, all I'm doing is trying to find needs that I can fill. Whether that be just a tip I can give them on a lotion that I found at Walmart that helped my daughter's eczema. I'm trying to find needs and fill it. And along the way, you are going to find needs that Thrive will fill, that Thrive is going to fill. And here's the thing is that if you've already been in their inbox filling other needs and you made no money off of it, then they are not going to feel sold at all. When you say, hey, you know what, I've been using this rest gel stuff that helps my daughter sleep, me sleep. It's been a game changer in our household. They're going to be like, tell me more. How do I get it? What's the website? Because you've already been in their inbox offering support and finding that need and that void and filling it for so long that they're not thinking anything. You know, most people, when I'm in their inbox sharing a Thrive product, they don't even realize I sell it. That's because I've been in their inbox several other times helping with other things in their life. Even if it isn't about buying anything, just about a tip or I can help you with that. Or, oh, I saw your post and I just want to let you know I'm here for emotional support. Like, don't forget about that. And those things take time. If you're just getting started, the month of January, in a full month, you'd be surprised how many good connections and relationships you can really start building. And by the time February comes around, you're going to have some people that really know, like, and trust you that are going to go, what is this Thrive stuff? What's that bonus she's talking about? What's that new product? What's the experience? So just don't, my dogs are going crazy right now. Just don't forget about that connection, because at the end of the day, that's all this business is about.
Lisa,
That's
can I
all.
add to that?
Yes, absolutely, Katie.
So something that I do that works best for me too is so many of us get caught up interacting like in our news feed, right? We'll comment on things all day long. But the reality of it is that millions are made in the messenger. And I think that anybody that's seen success with this business or any business can agree that like it goes down in the DMs. Okay. So when you're going through your news feed or you're scrolling or whatever, if you see something and you feel inclined to comment on that, ask yourself, like, can I message them instead? If someone's kids are sick, instead of commenting, hey, hope they feel better, shoot them a message. Oh, you know, your son's got, you know, this, that, or the other. I hope he feels better. You know, we did this with my kids and this helped. Give some value to them, right? If they get engaged, message them congratulations. If something happens in their life or they have like this milestone in their life, shoot them a message. Say, you know, I hope you feel better. Congratulations. Good luck at your first day on your new job. I just saw your status that you posted. Like, get in their messenger. There are some times obviously where, you know, you can't do that, and so you just comment and like whatever it is what it is. But if you can message them off of that post, do it. Because people will ask me all the time, they're like, oh, you know, you only post on Facebook like once. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm in my messenger all day long. Like, you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. You know, I don't have to post all day long and comment on everybody's things. I'm talking to them in my messenger, and that's where all of my relationships are made.
Yeah, 100%. Like, somebody said to me the other day, they're like, I haven't seen you posting much. And I'm like, I have been commenting on a lot of people's stuff and I'm in their messenger. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean I'm not working, but but I was sick. But at the end of the day, I've noticed it was a huge eye opener when I wasn't posting in my stories and when I wasn't posting on Facebook when I, you know, for the last 3 weeks, not feeling good. The difference in everything, it's huge, you guys. And I mean, if you don't show up, people forget. They truly do. They start looking at someone else. And I mean, I think Twin said it best when she said, you've got to stay relevant with your face. Like, before people go to bed, make a post, but, you know, be in your stories talking when they wake up in the morning. Like, they can't forget about you. And if everything's just a picture, it just seems like an ad at some point, even if it's just pictures of quotes. They just feel like, okay, that there's just nothing here of substance. So definitely, I mean, we learned so much tonight, and I try to stay at an hour. We went a little bit over, but you guys, it's going to be so important over the next month for you guys to plug in every Thursday night, because we are going to be going over some huge tips on how to actually get out there and do it. I mean, next week you are going to be given literally words to say and how to say it and how to close. Like, you're going to need that when you're talking to people. So if you're not familiar with that, if you haven't been on one of those Zooms before, you are definitely going to want to make it a point next week for you and your team to get on. I just want to thank all the leaders tonight that spoke up and shared, and there were so many on. I mean, we could be here for another hour, I'm sure, with more tips. But at the end of the day, I know your guys' time is precious, and I'm trying to keep it to the hour. We're going a little bit over, so I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Twin. Thank you. I'm losing my mind. Brittany. Who else just talked?
Steffi.
Yes. I'm losing my mind. There's too many. Crystal. I forget who else. Maybe that was it. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys speaking up. Next week you are going to want to be on. Tell your
We're
team.
gonna have to go to Aspects again to help Sean do his job
Wait, is somebody
on
talking to me?
Monday. Is that it?
Okay, I think that was unmuted on accident. Holly, thank you. I'm trying to think. I think that was it. I appreciate you guys so much, and I think the moral of the story is that just like I said last night, businesses take time. You've got to be in this for the long haul. You can't expect, if you just took the last 3 months off, 2 months off, even the last month, to jump back in and just get people out of the woodwork signing up with you. It doesn't work like that. So get consistent in January so that February you can really start reaping the benefits. And for those of you guys that have never stopped, I mean, your January is probably looking rosy. So I'm just super excited for what's to come. Again, we're about to have the biggest year ever. So what you guys do with it is up to you completely. And I love the numbers we are seeing on last night's Zoom and tonight's Zoom. Let's keep it up. And the most important thing, I'm going to leave you guys with the most important tip of the night. It's great you're on here, but until you're getting your team on these Zooms with you, that's when you're going to know you're growing. It's when you're getting someone new on with you and they get someone new on with them. If you don't see that happening, if we don't see these Zooms growing every week, that's a problem. That's scary. But the biggest way to get people plugged in, to feel a part of the team, to feel a part of just the group of what this is, of Lavelle, to catch the vision, is getting them on Zooms like this. I mean, unfortunately, we can't get to everybody's city, right in their face in their living room, but we do have these. So it is so important that you're connecting brand new people in the month of January as you're signing them up. Send them 10 minutes before the Zoom starts. Please be on this. You got to be on. It's going to be so good. That's up to you to do, right? So make sure that you're doing that, your teams are doing that. And then don't forget about the welcome messages, the welcome calls. Those are so important. When anyone on your team signs someone up new, they should be getting them in a welcome message with 2 or 3 other people. Just welcome. We're here for you. We're excited. That is going to make people know that they are a part of something and that they have more people to go to and lean on, and that there are other people in their corner. So super huge. I could be on here all night giving tips, but I won't keep you guys any longer. Love you. Have a good one. Happy New Year to you and all of your families. Enjoy. Literally, it is go time. So enjoy one more night. Don't get too hungover because January 1st, it's time to work, you guys. It's time to work. I love you guys. Have a good one. Have a good night.